Guitar Buddies, great song, great band, XTC and Senses working overtime. So for the acoustic guitar, I'm starting with a G sharp minor chord, but I'm playing it 6 on the D string, G sharp, that's the root, 8 on the G string, a D sharp, that's the 5th, we've got an open B. And what's important with this is I'm resting my palm just lightly on the bridge to make all those notes damp. So I'm dampening them with just the soft kind of flashy part of my arm there, just because I don't want that, and I don't want to make it too damp, too dead. I don't want, I just want to get enough so I can still hear the notes, but they're nice and dampened. So we're starting with, I'm playing a downstroke, upstroke, down, up, down, okay, and then down, up, down, up. So the next chord is an A sharp, a C sharp, okay, and then still the open B, and then just playing that down, up, down, up. So okay, and then it changes to, so this section is C sharp and G sharp, and then you're adding a D sharp. So I've got 4, and 6 on the A and D strings. Then I'm just shifting that first bottom note there from 4 to 6 while keeping that on 6. And then open E with B and E, so just an E5 chord. And then kind of with a quick slide from 2 and 2 to 6 and 6. Yeah, back to that. Okay, so that's your kind of first verse section, and then we've got a pre-chorus. So I'm going from this one. So here I'm just playing an A, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. I'm changing just before the bar, so I'm not changing on 1 at 1, I'm changing on the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1. So I'm just going from an A chord to G over A, because the bass note stays the same. So I'm just basically, again, keeping it slightly muted. So just open strings there. Really just open A, D, G and B strings. And then go to a B chord. So 2, 4, 4, 4, and then just bar it on 2, so you've got an A over B. And then we're into the chorus. And the chorus starts with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's just E, B, E. A little run down. So I've got open E, D sharp, C sharp, B. So open, 4, 2, open. So A, E, B. A, B, E, B. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Da, 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 la. A, B, E, B, and then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. That's the same, and then 3 times A to B. Okay, so for the acoustic guitar, because we've kind of got that on the other guitar. We'll come to that later. Just keeping an open chord there. So kind of goes on top. All right, so just an E. Okay, so that chorus, simple chorus, just 3 chords, you know, with that little, and just A, E, B, those 3 chords in the chorus. Okay, and then you basically just 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just repeating. That's all repeated. So you repeat the verse and chorus, ending on that E again, and then we've got a bridge section. So for the acoustic guitar, I'm just playing A to G. Okay, there's another little riff on the other guitar, which we'll look at later. Then following the A to G section, I was playing. So one thing about this track is there seems to be a lot of layers of guitar. So I've broken it down to 2 guitars, which is probably the best you're going to get if you're playing in a live band. But I'm sure there's lots of overdubs creating sort of texture here. But from listening to it, seems to be, I think the acoustic guitar is playing something like this. So I've got a D, then basically an A over D, okay. So I'm playing just a standard D chord, open D, 2, 2 open, then a D sus4, open 2, 3, 3, D, back to the A, back to the D. So okay, and that seems to work. And then going to a B flat, and then just kind of rocking backwards and forwards there between a B flat and an F chord, because I don't have the open strings to play about with. So then basically does that 3 times. And on the last time, it kind of, it stays on the F, okay? And that F is taking us into a key change. Okay, so then you've got into the kind of pre-chorus, but now a semitone higher, B flat to A flat over B flat. So it's just a bar chord. So basically like we played earlier. Okay, but now no open chord to start with, it's all bars. So B flat to a bar on 1, A flat over B flat, then C, B flat over C, so just moving it up to and then okay, so just like before, now we're all a semitone higher. So you've got F, C, F. And now I'm playing 1 open 3 1. F, E, D, C. And then B flat, F, C. And then B flat, C, F, C. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 again. And then B flat, F, C. And then here 3 times. B flat, C, B flat, C. But instead of just going, we've got a repeat chorus, so we just go back to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then it's the chorus again. B flat, C, F, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ba 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 bo. Yeah, and then we got to try to so it just ends on that F. Okay, so that's the acoustic part. We'll take a look next at the electric. I'm bringing the electric guitar in on the pre-chorus. So I played an A chord to begin with. I playing open A on 7 on the D string, C sharp on 6 on the G string, E on 5 on the B string, and also open E. And then moving that shape down 2 frets, so I've still got open A and E. So I've got a G6 over A. Back to the A, and then playing 7, 7, 8, and 7. So that's a G over A. And then the B. So just 9, 8, 7, 7. A over B, 9, 9, 10, 9. B over D sharp, 13, 11, 12, 11. And then yeah, so what I've played there is taking us into the chorus. So from that, from the B over D sharp, I've got, basically it's 2, 3. That's what the acoustic's playing, E, B, E. And it's basically what this is playing, but I'm playing. And again, this is probably a mixture of a few guitar parts. But I'm playing an E and an E chord on 9, 9, 9 on the D, G and B strings. And then adding a B there on 12. So, and then I'm playing a B chord, but with that open E, so I'm playing 9, 8, 7, open. So, gives it a nice kind of ringing sound. And then I think there's a little in there. Yeah, but I think there's just a little, listen carefully, I think you get that. So I'm just playing B to little hammer, B to C sharp, and then hitting that E chord on 9, 9, 9. So it's 9, 11, and then 9, 9, 9 chord. Emergency. So I've got, yeah, so, and you've got one guitar playing it down there, so I'm playing it up here on the electric, okay, to give you an octave sound. And then I'm playing, that's what, so I'm basically an A there. So that's your A chord, so put a little B in there, little melody. So it's basically A to E. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's, so that's your A to E. So I'm playing 11, 9, 12, 10. So 11 on the D string, 9 on G, 12 on B to 10 on B. So then just coming down the E chord, 9 on B, 9 on G, 9 on D. Okay, so then we're going, got a B chord next, and over that, just a B chord. I'm adding a little sus4 to that. So I'm going 7, 8, 9, just a B. Then we've got, sorry, 8, 9, 8. So keeping my other fingers on, but just adding my little finger on 9 on the G string, 8, 9, 8 on G, and then just picking up 9, 8, 7. So slowly. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. So again, so just arpeggiating those chords really, and that fits nicely. Okay, and then we basically just go buzz it. So I'm just kind of playing the middle strings. So starting on A, 7, 7, 6, 5 for the A chord, and just moving that up. So to 9, 9, and then 8, 7. So just picking from A string, D string, G string, B string, and then the E chord, 7, 9, 9, 9. So back to the B chord, and then yeah, same again. Basically, you do all that again, and then I think this time I was playing. So just kind of rocking between that A, and you could do that way, or I think the second time I was doing. Again, it's just keeping that arpeggios moving, kind of keeps it moving along. So it's not too important, because again, I think you've got a few different guitars creating textures of like arpeggios at different intervals, but it's just, so it's just that those same two chords, that A and that B on the middle strings. And then again, going back to that 999 chord, 12, and then putting that little melody on top. So the tune I'm playing, I'm keeping that barred and adding on top 12, 10, 9 on B, B, A, G sharp, F sharp and 11 on the G string, then 9, 10, 9, G sharp, A, G sharp. So, okay, so that's your kind of pre-chorus and chorus, and then the electric guitar ducks out for a little bit, and then we come in over this kind of section with curious little. So I'm playing here D sharp, A sharp, G sharp. So I'm playing 16 on B, 15 on G, 16 on E. And then moving that shape down 2 frets, so it's 13, 14, 14, and playing it just straight down, G string, B string, E string. So yeah, and then when the guitar goes to, I'm going. So now I'm playing 4, 6, 4. So the shape I'm playing is 6, 4, 4 down to 4, 2, 2. And the same picking pattern, B string, G string, E string, G string, B string, E string. Yeah, and then it's basically, it's all the same. Yeah, it's all that again. Okay, so just another kind of pre-chorus and chorus, and then we're into the bridge section. So here I'm playing just the top part of an A chord, top 4 strings, 7, 6, 5, 5, moving it down 2 frets. So I've got just A and G, and then it's a nice little run. So I'm playing E, A, G. So on the D string, 2, and again this is double tracked or 12-string guitar, because you can kind of hear more going on here. But this is the basic riff. Sounds like there's also guitar, you know, an octave below, you know. But main riff is E, A, G, C sharp, B. So I'm playing 2, 2 on D and G. Open G. 6, 4 on G. Open G. A. Open 2. And then this great sounding arpeggio, F sharp, G, D, E. So that's 4 on D, open G, 3 on B, open E. So you got so that third time, I'm just hitting it more as a chord. Okay, and then you get into this. So here I'm kind of playing. So just kind of following, but playing it here. Okay, but yeah. So however you want to play it, that's probably easier. So I'm just playing D, A, D sus 4. So I'm basically following the other part, but just playing it in a different position. So I get a different sound. So 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5, 7, 7, 8. 7, 7, 7, 7, 6, 5. So just that, just following the guitar really, but playing less strings. B flat on 3, 3, 3 to F on 3, 2, 1. Okay, and then we're going into the key change here. So it's just that pre-chorus, a semitone up. So I'm not using the open strings as I played before. I use that open A and that open E. This doesn't fit. So now I'm just playing it as like normal chords. So just B flat, A flat, B flat, and then we've got that A flat over B flat, 8, 8, 9, 8, and C, B flat over C, 10, 10, 11, 10, and then we've got C over E flat, 14, 12, 13, 12, and then we've got so I'm playing everything I've played before now. So without that open string on this chord, just a semitone up. So 10 to 10, adding 13, C chord, little hammer, back to the F chord. So everything you learned before, move it one fret higher. Then that one down is now 13, 12, 10, 13, and then so it's 12, 10, 13, 10, 12, 10, 13, 11, 10, 10, 10, 8, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, and then just like before, but now it's B flat, C, F, C, repeat. Yeah, it's all the same. Then 3 times land on that. and then you don't go to do, you just play that again, because we've got a repeated chorus, and then you repeat all the chorus, and then at the very end you go, that slows down, so you just got 10, 10, 10, so just the same as before, a semitone higher, adding your little finger on 13, 11, 10, G on 12, 10, 11, 10. Great stuff, and now we'll take a look at the bass part. On the bass, I'm coming in over the acoustic riff with, so the first one I'm playing is B, A sharp, G sharp, 7, 6, 4, on the E string, then on the A string, slide C sharp to D sharp, 4 to 6, and then back to that, and again. Now just take it up a string. Yeah. So that one is just the same frets starting on the A string and D string. And then we're into the pre-chorus, so it's just an A. And the chords change under that, okay? But just to a B. So just playing standard 8 notes. To B, then so boom ba 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 bum. So leading into the chorus after that B, I've got boom ba 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 bum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Da 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 da. Yeah. So it's 7, 9, 7, 6, and then 7 on the A and D strings. I think there's another time it plays, so it's kind of optional. You could put the first note here as well on 9, so an E an octave higher, or, and they've got senses leading into the chorus. Slide down. This is moving. So it's just basically following the chords. Since he's working A, E, B. So it's all 5, 7, and 7 for the chorus. A, E, B. Then you got A, B, E, B. So 5, 7, 7, 7. Just follow along on the playthrough. It's pretty simple. Then since he's working O. Then it's boom, 3 of these. Last time I slide up, so my hands in place. So we're just going between 5 and 7, and then we've got, so we've got E, G sharp, A, B. So on the G string, 9, 6, 7, 9, and then F sharp, D sharp, B, 11, and then 8, and then 9 on G and B. Okay, and then you're back into, okay, longer this time because you're playing all the way through rather than just letting the acoustic guitar play the first bit on its own. So, but it's all that again. But you just go around a couple of times, and then it's all a repeat there of the verse and chorus. So everything you've just done, do again. And then so on the bridge section, I'm just playing A and sliding that kind of up to about the 12th fret, and then just hitting an E and a D sharp E. Yeah. So it's just 5, slide up the string, then on the D string, 14, 13, 14. And then you'll notice later on, it's kind of when it goes woo woo, it goes, it still does the same on the bottom note, but just changes Okay, it does that a couple of times. Goes up to the G string, so it's a few of those, three I think. But then goes to 14, 13, 14. Okay, A, G sharp, G. Then back to that. Back to that. Yeah, and then we've got so here I'm playing A, D, C sharp, 4, 5, 4, 5. Sorry, 5, 4, 5, 4. Then A, G, A, 7, 5, 7. So that's on the A and D string. So 5, 4, 5, 4, 7, 5, 7, 5. And just kind of playing the same thing, but now moving it down a string and up one fret. So it's B flat and A on 6 and 5, and F and E flat on 8 and 6. So you go around on that. Third time you got just stay, so you don't go. You just say you stay on that, and then it's all the world. Everything you played before, pre-chorus to C. So it's now B flat to C is the pre-chorus. So it's not 5 to 7 anymore. It's 6 to 8, and then leading to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Senses working. Oh, time. So it's 8, 10, 8, 7, 8. So just like that. Moved up one fret. Senses working. Slide into it. The senses working. So everything you played before, one fret up. So senses working over time. Okay, and that's just kind of repeating. So you've got that double chorus, so you back into that, and then it's all just just a chorus again, except at the very end you kind of take that, what we played before, but now a semitone high. So, slow it down. So it's 10, 7, 8, 10 on the G, D strings. E, G, E, C. 12, 9, 10. Slow it down for the finish, and there you go. What a great song, and thanks for watching, buddies. Cheers.